I now call the Carroll County Board of Commissioners November 2024 meeting to order. At this time, I'll ask the clerk, Linda Bingham, to call the roll call.
Chairman Morgan.
Here.
Vice Chairman Fuller.
Here.
Commissioner McClendon.
Here.
Commissioner Chance.
Here.
Commissioner Lee. Commissioner Reynolds.
Here.
Commissioner Bailey.
Here.
At this time, I'll ask Commissioner Fuller to do our invocation and then our pledge to the flag.
Please bow your heads. Lord, your word says that there is no greater love than to lay down your life for your friends. This Veterans Day, we are reminded of those who have sacrificed for this country and all who live here. It is no small task to train with such discipline and then step into harm's way. Yet many have done this. May you know how deeply grateful we are for them and their courage. We ask that you watch over our young men and women deployed around the world and keep them safe. Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Steve. And Carroll County, we will be sponsors in the Veterans presentation, the event next Monday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so anyway. At this time, I'd like a motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented.
Madam Chairman, I'd like to make an amendment to the agenda to add the District 4 Board of Appeals appointment. And I know you don't like changing the agenda, but this is timely. We need to, the other person has resigned and we need to fill that position.
Thank you. All right, I have a motion to amend the agenda. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Any opposed?
Motion carries 6-0.
Great. Item 6 is approval of the minutes, and we just have one, the Board of Commissioners meeting from October 1st, 2024. If I could have a motion and a second to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
Okay. All those in favor? Any opposed?
Motion carries 6-0.
Okay, next is special presentations, and we don't have any this evening. Item 8 is public comments. Public comments are an opportunity for the public to address the Commission with any issues or concerns they may have. All remarks should be directed to the chairman and not to individual commissioners, staff, or citizens in attendance. Members of the public shall not make inappropriate or offensive comments. Any individual who violates these rules of decorum may be removed from the meeting. At this time, the board will not comment, nor will the board take any action on the comments, and speakers are limited to 3 minutes. We had a sign-up sheet and back, so I'm going to ask if Diane Merrill will please come forward. And Diane, if you don't mind, if you'll go ahead and state your name again and your address.
My name is Diane Merrill. I live at 97 Far Lane in Rootville, Georgia. Okay. Thank you. Madam Chair and District Commissioners, thank you for the opportunity to speak to you this evening. I stand before you to express our community's strong opposition to the potential application to the rezoning permit for the battery storage facility on 144 Glenlock Road in Rootville, Georgia. This area is currently zoned for agriculture, and the decision to change that zoning would carry profound implications for our community, the environment, and our overall way of life. Firstly, we must consider the safety risks associated with battery storage facilities. There have been numerous instances of hazardous fires at such sites, leading to severe consequences. These incidents not only pose a direct threat to human life, but can also poison our land, contaminate our water sources, and harm wildlife and livestock. If a disaster were to occur, evacuations would be necessary over a wide area, and potentially affecting schools in residential neighborhoods. Our community, and indeed our county, lacks the infrastructure and funds to manage these emergencies effectively. Moreover, the location of this facility poses additional risks. Situated adjacent to a major highway, any incident could result in extensive road closures, disrupting transportation and endangering lives. The long-term effects on our community's safety and well-being are simply too great to overlook. Our community has always valued its agricultural roots, and we must consider the future we want to create. Allowing this permit would set a precedent that could lead to changes in the zoning laws, ultimately threatening the character of the agricultural landscape. When property values drop and panic sets in, we risk creating a ghost town rather than a vibrant community. We believe in smart growth strategies that promote sustainable development, enhancing our community's potential rather than jeopardizing it. An agricultural community offers numerous benefits, not only for our residents, but for surrounding areas. We should prioritize development that aligns with our values and vision of the future. Lastly, the aesthetic impact of a battery storage facility cannot be ignored. The facility would mar the beauty of the land, distracting from the qualities that make our community special. In closing, we urge you to vote against this rezoning permit when it is reapplied. Let us work together to protect our community, our land, and our way of life. Land should be taken care of, not damaged or poisoned. Agriculture is the way to protect it. Thank you for your time.
Is there anyone else here who would like to speak during the public comments? I'll ask a second time if there's anyone here that wants to speak during the public comments. Well, seeing and hearing none, we'll move right into zoning. Ben Skipper, if you'll come forward to present our... And while you're doing that, let me read the rules. The applicant or anyone speaking in favor of the application or request shall be allowed a total of 10 minutes to present their request. Anyone opposed to the request shall also have a total of 10 minutes to present their opposition. If there's multiple speakers for or against the application, please be mindful that it's still a total of 10 minutes, not 10 minutes per speaker. Anyone speaking for or against the application shall then be allowed a total of 5 minutes to speak in rebuttal. Okay.
Madam Chairman, Commissioners, Z241001, rezoning request for 5 acres from residential to agriculture at 358 Gray Road. The owner applicant is Stephen Hester. It's in Commission District 4. The applicant, Stephen Hester, the Planning Commission recommended 7-0 approval to go from residential to ag. My gray hair been around a long time. I remember when we took this parcel from agriculture to residential, and the reason being is that the owner at that time, mortgage company, would not accept agriculture for the mortgage, and that was the whole reason the Board of Commissioners changed it from ag to residential the first time, and he may explain to some of that, but evidently we got a new owner and a new mortgage company. So applicant, if you would come forward, state your name, present your request to the board.
Good evening. My name's Stephen Hester. I live at 358 Gray Road. I want to have it rezoned from residential to agricultural. I want to raise a few head of Dexter cattle is what I want to raise. And as the gentleman before me was saying, this property was agricultural. I think it was rezoned in January of 21, rezoned to residential. The person that had the house, Hugh Cuff was his name, he had a buyer for the house, and the buyer could not get a loan unless the house was zoned residential. So Hugh had it rezoned into to residential. and I would just like to have it rezoned back to agricultural for that reason.
Is there anyone else here to speak in favor of the application with you? Anyone else?
No.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add? Okay, at this time I'll ask, is there anyone here to speak against the application? I'll ask a second time if there's anyone here to speak against the application. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know what was going on.
Dee wants to speak in favor.
He wants to speak in favor.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were getting up to leave. I'm sorry, Dee. So yes, there's still 9 minutes and 14 seconds left. I thought you were,
Dee Perry, Georgia Agricultural Land Trust, 148 Clinic Avenue, Carrollton. We rarely get the opportunity to flip land back to ag. That's not the norm, and so I really wholeheartedly support this. It's just a good look, and I would support these all day long. Thank you.
okay, is there anybody else here that would like to speak in favor of the application? Is there anyone here that would like to speak against the application? Well, seeing and hearing none, I don't think we need to do a 5-minute rebuttal. So, Commissioners, do you have any questions for staff or for the applicant? Okay, well, I'll look for a motion.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we'll have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion or questions? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor? Any opposed?
Motion carries 6-0.
You're done.
You-
Madam Chairman, our next application is Z241002, rezoning request for 3.81 acres from industrial to agriculture at 655 Fraser Road. District, the owner applicant is James Kelly and Double K Enterprises. It's in Commission District 1. The planning staff recommended approval. The Planning Commission recommended approval 7-0. And I know there may be one quick question I'll just answer before we start. It's less than 4 acres, so how are we zoning it agriculture? And the property is existing, as you can see, and it has a double wide on it currently. Our residential zoning category does not allow manufactured housing. So, with the lot already being grandfathered, agriculture is only category that would allow a manufactured home. The home's already there. And obviously, it's not being used for industrial. Don't know how it got on the map industrial. We recommend approval.
Is the applicant here?
Yes, is the applicant present?
My name's James Kelly, and the property in reference is 655 Fraser Road. I'm at a total loss as to how the property was ever zoned industrial. I suspect there's a small manufacturing facility just down the road, and there's a continuous swath of properties on the map that connect that property with all the others. And I suspect at one time it was all zoned as a single unit and then broken up and distributed some other way. But again, it is zoned industrial. It has no business being industrial. The property consists of 2 lots. The one with the upper lot is the one that has the residence on it. The other lot is just adjacent to it and below that first lot. It's vacant at this time. I do wish to sell the property, and the buyer can't get a loan with it being zoned industrial. It doesn't need to be industrial. It's right there in the middle of residences. It's actually a disservice to the community to leave it industrial. And I'm sure the people around there will be glad to have it zoned something other. I would have liked to have had it zoned residential, but again, the rules state that since it's a manufactured home, it either has to be zoned agricultural or for a manufactured home community, and that's obviously not a manufactured home community, so the only option is in agricultural, and that's my request. Thank you.
Is there anyone else here to speak in favor of this?
I might as well just join him up here. Do I need to repeat my name again?
I think, well, probably because there's,
Okay.
yeah.
Dee Perry, Georgia Agricultural Land Trust, 148 Clinic Avenue. Again, I would do these all day long. I kind of like the idea too, because if it goes back to agriculture, the buyer could potentially have a horse. You know, there's enough property they could have a horse there or goats or whatever, so I think that's probably a good use of that property. Thank you.
There may have allegedly been some chickens there not too long ago, but I can neither confirm nor deny it.
Is there anyone here to speak against this application? I'll ask a second time if there's anyone here to speak against this application. Well, seeing and hearing none, we'll waive the 5-minute rebuttal, the 5-minute time. Commissioners, do you have any questions for the applicant or for staff? Well, seeing and hearing none, I'll look for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve. Again, I'll ask if there's any further discussion. Well, seeing and hearing none, all those in favor? Any opposed?
Motion carries 6-0.
This time we'll move into the consent agenda. These items were all discussed last Thursday, and they've been on our website since last Monday, and so they'll be taken as one vote. It is a judicial branch, State of Georgia ARPA supplemental grant presented by Judge Simpson. The second one was a Bureau of Justice Assistance Veterans Treatment Court grant, what was presented by Judge Simpson. A Bureau of Justice Assistant grant for Carroll County Mental Health. It was presented by Lori Thomas, the Executive Director of Carroll County Mental Health. The Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistant grant that was presented by Lyndon Blanchard that we've received for many years. A delinquency prevention grant for juvenile court, also presented by Lyndon Blanchard. A cancellation of the recreation outdoor lighting RFP, presented by Thad Ferguson, a recreation director. A parks equipment purchase presented by Ben Skipper, a street light special tax district that was also presented by Ben Skipper, and a public works equipment purchase presented by Danny Yates, Public Works Director. So I look for a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Motion to approve as presented.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Any opposed?
Motion carries 6-0.
At this time, there's no further business on the agenda. I'll look for a motion and a second to adjourn. Oh,
Madam Chairman, we need to handle the additional.
Steve's. Yeah, we gotta do the, we gotta add this. Chuck, we gotta get him.
Oh, shoot, that wasn't on here, Linda. I'm sorry. I thought you had it,
Amendment.
yeah, thank you. When it's not
I'm
on the
glad you said
screen.
that. I was
gonna say, we amended the agenda and it wasn't on the screen. I just moved on. Okay, so yes, that was the consent agenda. All right, so the new item of business is to approve
Chuck Joyner.
Chuck Joyner to take the position on, not planning and zoning, it's
The Board of Appeals.
Board of Appeals.
Yes.
Okay, so,
And,
I'll look for a motion and a second.
well, I make a motion that we appoint Chuck Joyner to the Board of Appeals.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I guess everyone got his, okay, so there's no
I've
sense
known-
in rehashing this.
No, I've known Mr. Joyner practically my whole life, and I know he's a very methodical organizer and very involved in agriculture and a good steward of management decisions. So I feel like he'll do a great job. I think that's an excellent appointment.
And he still works with students. He was 34 years in the Carroll County school system. I think Chuck will do us a real good job.
Very good job.
All those in favor? Any opposed?
Motion carries 6-0.
Okay, now can I do an adjournment?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have a motion and a second for an adjournment?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor? Any opposed?
Motion carries 6-0.
Boy,
Thank you.
I'm glad you caught that.